You can start anytime you're ready.
Saturn by me, of course. Table of contents. Okay, blasting off. Hi there, fellow astronauts. See that planet with rings over there? That is the amazing tan planet Saturn. I have an idea. Why don't we visit the amazing second giant planet in the solar system? I happen to have a spacecraft over there. Let's take that one. So are we ready? Let's go. Discovering the rings. We made it. Whoa, look at those rings. Up close they are amazing. Let's look a little deeper. It seems the rings are made of small rocks and huge boulders. But if you look a teeny bit closer, the rocks are made of small pieces of ice and dust. Wow, look at that rock. You can barely see it. It's as small as a grain of sand. What did I do? No. I don't know what I did. I'm sorry. Here. Wow, look at that rock. You can barely see it. It's as small as a grain of sand. Saturn's rings are controlled by Saturn's 62 moons. Inside the core. Now that we looked at the rings, it's time to dig deeper. That's right, we're doing something no other astronauts have done before. We're going to visit the core. Scientists say that Saturn's core is rocky and iron, and we are going to see if that is true or if it's just baloney. Now let's go. Wow, we are here. It's really hot, so take off your jackets and get out your electric fans. Wait, we didn't pack any electric fans, so I guess just fan yourself with your hands. But anyway, let's look at the core. Whoa, it's actually rocky. Scientists are really smart. The core seems to be made of iron. And the core is as hot that you can that it is so hot that you could not survive down there. Living in its atmosphere. Well, the trip was a little fib. I did not want you to get scared about staying on Saturn for a few days. That is why I made you pack sleeping bags. Yep, I bet I'm the weirdest person on Earth to make you stay a few nights on a planet. Well, don't worry. I have a spacecraft, remember? Wait, is that an asteroid? Oh no, it's heading for the spacecraft. No, boom. Well, I thought that wasn't even nervous at all, but whatever. I guess we're stranded here. Bravo, asteroid. Well, at least we have all our gear. But we only have a bottle of water and a few bags of snacks. Don't worry though. Saturn is made up of liquid hydrogen and helium. It is also made of methane, so we will be able to drink liquid air. Maybe. Also, the gas that our bodies release is made of methane. No wonder Saturn is a gas giant. And Saturn is it's made of so much hydrogen and helium that it is too humid for anyone to see. It's so humid it's hard to see. Hot or cold? Well, the last few days on the planet were miserable, but we know the Saturn's secret. Secret has plenty of questions. Question is Saturn hot or cold? Well, the answer is Saturn is freezing cold. The temperature is colder than Antarctica temperature, meaning that penguins nor any Antarctica animals could live there. Into the distance. You astronauts are probably thinking, what were those facts for? We were with you on the planet. Well, it's because we are taking our stories back to Earth, and we need that data. Anyways, we need to learn how far Saturn is from the Sun. But unfortunately, our spacecraft got hit by an asteroid, so we might have to think ourselves. But for now, we need to find out info about Saturn. First of all, judging by the feeling of density, Saturn is the least dense planet of them all. It only has 12% of Earth's density. It is even less dense than water. I think I see a comet in the distance. Wait, that's not a comet, it's a spacecraft. It's about time. Okay, astronauts, pack up. We are going to see how far Saturn is from the Sun. Counting the planets is a bad idea because we are not learning anything except for the fact that each planet is further away from the Sun. But I can tell Saturn is the 6th planet from the Sun. Saturn is past the asteroid belt, so it's pretty far from the Sun and is not in the Goldilocks zone. Stormy weather. Phew, we are back on Saturn. See those clouds? Those are never on Saturn or even in the solar system. Wait, clouds? Oh no, there's about to be a storm on Saturn. Saturn's storms are hard to see because of Saturn's pale color. We'll evacuate the planet. Run. Saturn's storms are not as big as the red spot, but they can, they're really tough. They're not as bad as the red spot. Okay, we evacuated Saturn, but it seems that after the hours we have just been floating in the spacecraft, Saturn's storm has done.
An interruption. Teachers, if you have any more kids that need picture retakes, if they would come to the library right now. Thank you.
I have different pictures.
So, don't worry about it. Stop this. I'm sorry for the interruption.
It's right.
So if
I
there's
didn't have any pictures and my mom didn't turn it back yet.
That's okay. If you haven't had your pictures, go ahead and go down and have them taken. Anybody else? Cooper, I need you to move away from that.
May I
Okay.
continue now?
Yes.
Okay, we evaluated Saturn, but it seems that after the hours we had just been floating in the spacecraft, Saturn's storms died down. After a storm, Saturn is normal again, and there is no longer any clouds. I feel like landing back on Saturn because it is safe now. Well, it's time to see the neighboring planet. Saturn is surrounded by two planets. Jupiter, the largest planet, home of the red spot, the most wild hurricane storm in history. And Uranus, a planet with a sideways ring and a sideways orbit. Saturn is famous for its rings and is the second largest planet in the solar system. Mission accomplished. Well, after a fascinating and quite insane trip, we finally made it back to Earth. Saturn was amazing to explore, and yet it is almost another world away. I had fun exploring it with you astronauts, and I will see you again for another new exploration of a new planet. See you again, astronauts. And then, what you need to know. None of this was real, it was just an interesting PowerPoint. So it's not possible to live or even land on Saturn. Besides, we are kids, so you can tell it was fake. Every one of my classmates, from Olivia on Jupiter, both Tyler's doing Neptune, Lindsay on Pluto, Tori on Saturn, to everyone else, our Hall of 4th grade fame made up is going to have great info. Thank everyone of my class for working so hard on your amazing project, and I very hope you liked mine. Anyways, thanks for reading. I learned all of this from other sites and videos. None of them belong to me. Thank you for reading, and then same thing. Nothing belongs to me, so please acknowledge this message. I don't care if you say I plagiarized, it tells me you didn't read this message. Good day.
The end.
All right. So questions for Ava.
Oh, and by the way, sorry, one second. I have magazines on Saturn and pictures on Saturn as well that I got from my grandfather. So I thank him for all this information. Anyways, questions now.
So judging from your research,
Mhm.
if you thought it was possible for us to go to Saturn, what do you think would be the biggest challenge we would have to overcome and the easiest challenge that we could overcome?
The easiest challenge would probably be finding food or water because since Saturn is so humid, the humidity is basically fogged out water or fog, so we could just kind of get hydrated from that for a bit. And then the hardest challenge would probably be like surviving meteors and surviving hot weather, cold weather, probably surviving. Tori.
Since you talked about landing on Saturn, what do you think it would be like to land on Saturn?
I believe that the planet would actually feel sandy but humid, kind of like a beach. I also believe that it would be really hard to breathe because, it's space. You can't breathe in space. I don't know if it would be hot or cold because, as I said, Saturn is not in the Goldilocks zone, and nor is it so far from the sun that it's freezing cold like Neptune or Uranus. Beck.
Is the top or the bottom different from the middle of Saturn?
Let me go back to so the layers aren't really as different, but as you can see, the top layer is basically hydrogen and helium, if you can understand this, because I'm trying to make it as understandable as possible. So this tan layer is right here is hydrogen and helium. The rings are ice, rock, and dust. And then this middle is kind of I wouldn't say it was molten lava, but I would say it was pretty hot, like sand or something like that. And then this is the point where it gets too hot, and then this little dot right here, that's the core, so you can live there either. So basically the layers are different throughout into the center of the planet, but it's not like outside the layers are not different. It's all just this tan stuff.
The tan stuff would be gas, and then the brown
Tyler.
stuff. So if
Saturn's too cold on the outside, could you live somewhere on the inside?
No, you could not. First of all, burying through the planet, as you can see the layers, burying through the planet would just make it more hotter because as it's cold on the outside, the core is so hot that as soon as you get past this layer of coldness, as soon as you reach this, you already start to feel like you're like in a fire. But once you reach here, you're done for. So honestly, you really cannot go under there, or else it'll just be too hot, and then you go up too cold, too hot, too cold. Really no escaping the temperature. Joel?
But somewhere, I think he means like somewhere in between the tan layers, so it's not too hot, not too cold.
You probably couldn't do that because I never said the top layer is made out of hydrogen and helium.
So
So basically,
freezing, and then the core is too hot, like somewhere like perfectly in the middle.
you would probably not be able to do that. First of all, Saturn is too thick to dig under its layers. Well, it's kind of like tan. It's a hard surface, but the surface makes it feel soft because of the hydrogen and helium liquid. So basically, you couldn't actually go into the middle because it wouldn't affect you. It wouldn't feel any different. You'd have to get to this part to feel the heat and stuff. None of it.
What if you had super power heated coolers in your rocket ship? So then when you went to the core, would you freeze or would you still be hot?
You could put air conditioner. This is like imaginary, but you could put air conditioner on the core. But in the story, you do not take
die before you even do
the spacecraft in there because it would just blow up basically.
How
It would overheat and blow up.
You can't even use it. It wouldn't blow up.
How hot would you think it
I would think the core is probably, it's not as hot from the sun, but I would believe it's about maybe half of the sun's temperature. Of course, that's just my guess because no one really knows how hot the core is. But they do know that it's hot boiling iron. Jack.
Since Saturn is like hydrogen and helium, if you were to land there, are you able to land there?
Probably not, but if you did have some kind of gear, I'm guessing you could probably land in a liquid, but it would be way too cold, so you'd have to bring like this special suit or something to actually land on the cold planet. Matthew.
Okay. So has any astronaut thought of getting dynamite and blowing up just a hole through the Saturn so that they could fly through Saturn?
It's not solid rock.
Well, think of this. It's liquid hydrogen and helium gas, and so if you blew it up, basically that means the whole planet would get set on fire.
And then it would just go on the sea.
It would be another sun.
It would be Sun Junior.
It would be
Basically,
smoke.
yeah, there would be lots of smoke, and then the planet would get too hot, and then it would probably
it
burn
would
up.
You can really only
And then
Ava, great job. Thank you.